No, the creature hissed. Daniel felt an unseen force push his arm back down, away from his sword. You called me here, and now you will listen to me. Daniel fell for the amulet laying against the chest. Who are you? I am the one that you called upon. The entity remained featureless, even under the moonlight. A black arm extended from the darkness that enveloped the being, and it brushed a finger against the amulet hanging from Daniel's neck. Daniel looked down at his amulet. You are Bal? Yes, came the hissing response. I didn't call you here. I have no need of you, Bal. Daniel was more nervous that his bold statement made him appear. Oh, but you did call me here. Every time you rub that object around your neck, you call out my name. And yes, you do need me. Daniel's hands released the amulet. He'd found the simple stone carving in the dirt several years earlier. At the time, he'd recognized that it was a depiction of Baal, one of the deities worshipped by his people. He began wearing it, not out of reverence and not out of fear, but simply because it was something to wear, something that would distinguish him from the other nameless soldiers with whom he shared ranks. The truth was, he'd always had very little use of the deities of his people. He didn't find it necessary to pray to them. I didn't feel the need to honor them. Before that night, he wasn't even sure they were real. Yet there he found himself standing next to a creature that could only be a deity. The visitor continued. This plan is of yours. To sneak into the city through a tunnel. This plan is foolish. The scorn in his voice was evident. It will not succeed, and you will die. Carrot will die. The Natia will die. Daniel started to feel fear, which was an extremely rare emotion for him. The concept of deities had never made him afraid before, but right then, having one stand directly before him, it was a completely new and frightening experience. The stories about Baal were never pleasant. He didn't rule with benevolence, but used intimidation and fear to force people towards his will. He revealed his trickery and deceit. He bathed in blood and fed on sadness. Baal's voice took a friendlier tone. But you don't all have to die. I could get you into the city and out again. However, it will require a sacrifice on your part. With that last statement, he turned and looked at Carrot, who was in a deep sleep. A look of realization slowed form on Daniel's face. You want me to kill my friend? I want his heart. The hissing voice had returned. You will look him in the eye. Then you will cut into him and rip it out of his chest. Then you will give it to me. In return, I will grant you the power to go to the city and safely retrieve one person of your choosing. Slowly, Daniel shook his head back and forth. I don't do it. He's my friend. I won't do it. He's my friend. My only friend. Do you really think that you'll be able to sneak past that army? You will all die. But if you want the path I set out for you, then only he dies. Daniel agonized over the choice. The more he thought about Carrot's plan, the more he came to believe that it was a fool's errand that could only end in tragedy. The dark figure stood patiently by while Daniel debated himself in torment. Finally, his pragmatic nature and his training as a soldier led him to make a difficult decision. Oh. I'll sacrifice my friend to you, and I'll give you his heart. But first, you must grant me 3 truths before I commit. Daniel couldn't bring himself to look at the identity as he spoke. 3 truths, of course. You'll be a fool not to ask that of me. It seemed as if the figure might have smiled as he said those words. Daniel must have been well versed in the legends and superstitions of his people, even though he never put too much faith in them. The tradition of the three truths stated that a person, when dealing with a deity, could request that three questions be answered truthfully. If the deity agreed to answer the questions, it would be unable to lie. The questions could only be asked in a yes or no format. Though the city's deity could provide additional information if it chose to. The priests of Daniel's city swore this to be true, and the man, formerly of little faith, was about to put the teachings to the test. Daniel took a moment to compose his thoughts. He knew there was a good chance Bal was involved in some sort of trickery, and it was possible that nothing he'd set up to that point was true. He had to ask about questions. A sudden panicked feeling fell upon as he thought to himself that Taya might have passed away in his absence. My first question: Is Danitya still alive? Bal nodded his head. Yes, she is alive. She is healthy. She is in your home, yearning for you. Dale was relieved at that answer and pleasantly surprised at the extra information Bal had provided. My second question: Were you honest when you said that you'll provide me the ability to enter the city and safely leave with Danatya? Again, Bal nodded. Yes. So long as you give me your friend's heart, you can leave with Danaya, or perhaps your father, or maybe your brother. You can pick anyone in the city. Daniel wanted to smile, but held back. He thought to himself, now I understand his trickery. He thinks I care for my father and brother. He thinks I'm going to have a difficult time choosing who to take. Bal didn't appear to know that Daniel hated both his father and his brother. His father was the one who whipped him away from his mother and sold him into the army. He barely knew his brother, but he did know that he was an awful man who wasn't worthy of saving. The choice would be easy, very easy. But he didn't want an emotional expression to betray him to Bal. He forced to look of turmoil upon his face to hide his true feelings. Feeling more confident in the path Bal had laid out for him, his concern turned back to Carrot. He knew that people sacrificed to Bal were often killed in the most excruciating ways possible. My third question: He told me that you want to kill his heart cut out. That could be long and painful for him. Will you allow him a quick death? That is more of a request than a question, but yes, I will allow you to give him a quick death. You may choose any means of execution, so long as you don't damage the heart. Daniel hugged his head in relief. Bal hissed again. Now stop wasting my time. You have your three truths. Go get his heart. Daniel turned and I faced the spot where Kelwan had been sleeping, only to find him sitting up awake. How long have you been awake? He demanded. Carrot didn't answer the question, but instead made his own enjoy. What was that thing you're talking to? Daniel looked to where Bal had been only a moment earlier, but the deity was gone. I turned back and tried to look at Carrot, but ended up averting his eyes. I made a deal with him. I've seen the thing before. That was Bal, wasn't it? This is serious, my friend. You shouldn't take deals with him. Yes, Carrot. Yes, Carrot. It was Bal. He granted me three truths. I can save Daniate. I know that is for sure. Well, I hope you enjoyed for now. Well, bye.